Hey. How are you guys doing? Welcome. Sorry, I actually got caught up over here on StreamYard. Looks like they have some new music. So I got caught up. I'm like, wait a minute, I can switch my music up a little bit while I'm over here because y'all don't see me up here dancing while we get ready to get started. So those of you over there on Instagram, I'm sorry. But yeah. Hey, yeah, I'm just saying. So, you guys, let's go ahead and dive on into Money Making Monday. My name is Beverly Walthour. I am a business strategist, specifically for established Christian female coaches who desire to accelerate their income and their impact without compromising their Christian values. And so, you guys, just an FYI, I've been saying this for the past week or so. You know, you're gonna hear a little voice. You're gonna see a little person in the background. That's my little nephew Ashton. Just yeah. So he's very vocal today. Like he's always talking, but today for whatever reason he's really vocal. So he may pop in a time or two to join in on the conversation. So you guys, I want to go ahead and dive on in to this particular conversation. And so I want to talk to you guys about how to leverage your social media to sign coaching clients. So whether or not you're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Clubhouse, TikTok, whatever it is, whichever one of those platforms you're on, let's talk about how we can leverage those spaces and places to be able to not only create the impact, but create income through your coaching services. Okay. And so let me make sure I have everything. I got my notes here today. Hey, Clara, how are you? Dr. Clara, how are you? And so you guys, I have my notes. So those of you that are over on the other platforms, of course, I use StreamYard over there on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. And so you'll be able to see my notes scrolling on the screen. Those of you, if you're over there joining me on Instagram and you want to actually see the notes as they scroll, then, join me over there on Facebook. If not, make sure that you have paper and pencil to catch this information. Okay. And so you guys, I want to go ahead and dive into the conversation. So once again, my assumption is I'm assuming a couple of things. You know what they say about assuming, but I want to go ahead and get this cleared up. So if you're not in the right place, you'll go ahead and know, hey, Glenda. And so you guys, my assumption is I'm assuming a couple of things with this live. One, you're a Christian female coach. And two, you desire to sign coaching clients leveraging your social media. I'm making those two assumptions. Okay. Once again, I don't know if you guys can hear them back. They tell me to shh. But I'm making those two assumptions. Once again, you are a Christian female coach and you want to leverage your social media to sign coaching clients. Okay. And so the very first thing when it comes to social media, and this is something that I talk about all the time. Hey, Aaron, and on Clubhouse today, in one of the rooms that I was in, someone brought it up, and I wanted to, emphasize this. So those of you that do desire to leverage your social media to sign coaching clients, there has to be a shift in your mindset when it comes to your social media pages. For most of us, and you guys, let me know if I'm wrong. I'm ready to date myself for a little while. Most of us, when we came onto our social media platforms, we were using, especially Facebook. When we came onto Facebook, it was for our friends and family or for us to connect with people back from high school or college. And that's how we were initially introduced to this platform called Facebook. But things have now changed. The platforms have now changed. And we have to shift our thinking. I remember when I first came into the coaching realm. Hey, Rakita. I remember when I first came into the coaching realm. I'm like, I don't want these people on my page. I don't know these people. I'm not letting these people become a friend of mine. No. Like that was my thought process, especially when it came to my personal page. I'm like, I don't want these people in my bed. I don't know these people. I was saying that. And I had to make a shift, because I had to realize that my social media pages, it's an invitation for my ideal clients. It's a space and a place for my ideal clients to start to get to know me. I had to make a shift in my mindset when it came to my social media pages. One, in how I viewed my social media page. And so I remember, like I said, when I started leveraging it, especially my Facebook page, it wasn't as hard for me to switch over there on Instagram. It wasn't as hard for me to do it on Instagram, but Facebook, I had to shift my thinking. And even with LinkedIn, when I initially set up my LinkedIn page, and you guys, let me know if you can relate to this. When I initially set up my LinkedIn page, it was for job searches. Like I was searching for jobs, or I was using that as one of the spaces and places, leveraging that for my job search. And so the same thing, I had to shift my focus even over there on LinkedIn of how I was leveraging that platform, how I viewed that platform. So I had to shift my mindset and how I now wanted to use those platforms. Hey, Tanita, how I wanted to use those platforms when it came to my business. So like I said, on Facebook especially, that was a shift for me. But like I said, on LinkedIn, I had to shift. It wasn't such a huge shift in my mindset on Instagram because initially I didn't have an Instagram page until I had my business. So that was easier for me to be able to shift and make that shift. So that's the one thing, when it comes to your mindset, shift your thinking on how you even view the page. One thing that one of the coaches in the room that I was in this morning on Clubhouse, she mentioned, and I always talk about this too, is even you shifting how you think about leveraging the platform for your business and the time that you spend. I hear people say all the time, oh my gosh, I hate social media. I hate social media. Social media the devil. Social media the devil. I hate it. I can't stand it. And for me, everything is dependent upon how you use it in your mindset. So my thing was, first of all, I never said I hated the social media, because my thing is social media is what you make of it. When I tell you I have made absolutely amazing connections, amazing relationships, all of those things because of social media. So social media is not the devil. I don't have any of that mindset. So you want to think and shift how you view your social media platforms in the sense of how you want to use it. Because now all of these platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Clubhouse, they know that entrepreneurs are leveraging this platform. Think about it. Those people who are connected to you, most of you guys have thousands of connections. You don't know those people. You didn't go to school with those people. Those people, not your kinfolk. You don't know those people. So most of us are now leveraging these platforms as networking and as ways to collaborate and as ways when it comes to coaching clients. And so once again, it is okay. It is okay. Well, Ben, what do I do? Because I used to be in this space when I was working full time. Then what do I do if I'm still working full time and I don't want the man to know what it is that I'm doing when it comes to my business? I used to be like that when I was working full time. I'm like, I don't want these people to know what it is that I'm doing. So, it's a couple of different things that you can do. So one, you can use the business page features on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. They don't get the same amount of reach, but that is one thing that you can do. You can create a business page for those things. But once again, do note the reach on those is not the same. It's not the same, period. I'm going to be really honest. Okay, that's one way. Second way, those of you that are on Facebook, create a Facebook group. Create a Facebook group that is a container for your ideal clients. Now, hear what I just said. Create it as a container for your ideal clients. Hear my heart when I'm getting ready to say this. Hear my heart. That's not your prayer group. That's not your let's get motivated group. I'm talking about a group specifically for your ideal clients. Now, if you have a prayer group, that's fine. None of that. I'm not saying you don't have one, but I'm talking about for these purposes of what I'm talking about, that space is curated for your ideal clients. That's what I'm talking about. That is a space and a place for you that you can use. Because once again, if those of you are looking to, leverage your social media, hey, Pastor Anita, you can certainly do that. You can certainly do that. But do note that if you are going to create a Facebook group, it does take work. It does take work. Once again, if you're going to have a Facebook group, it does take work. Look, Rakita said, shoot, I ain't even care. I ain't care my job knew it or not. She's like, look, I don't even care. Look, there we go. And like I said, some people, their bosses don't care. And some of them like, no, I don't want the man to know. Babe, I don't want the man to know. That part right there. I'm just saying. So you guys, once again, if you are in that space where, for some of you guys, you can't be as opened on some of your social media pages, consider creating a Facebook group. Or if you are on the Clubhouse app, then consider creating your own club and then doing your rooms in there. That's another way that you can do it. So I'm trying to eliminate reasons why people are not leveraging the platforms or they're not as open on their platform. So if that is you, I've just given you a couple of suggestions. One, I said do the business pages. 2, create a Facebook group. Or 3, and you guys, sorry if he's loud. Or 3, create a club on Clubhouse and leverage that. No, that's not Uncle Brian. So so that right there, I'm just saying, Miss Kimmy B, look, I'm just saying. So you guys, that part there, you see what I'm saying? So leverage what you can leverage. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about Clubhouse because Clubhouse is one of the newer apps. And so I always tell people, hey, you guys, I always tell people when it comes to Clubhouse, if you're not careful, Clubhouse can be a time suck if you are not careful with how you're leveraging that. And so, even with Clubhouse, you have to have that mindset. Hey, Coach Hillary, you have to have that mindset when it comes to Clubhouse as well. So, we'll dive in deeper. And you guys, one thing that I'm also doing with my programs from this point forward is having a piece on there specifically for Clubhouse and how to leverage Clubhouse to sign coaching clients. Because once again, that platform is picking up. And there are ways that you can leverage Clubhouse to sign coaching clients, period. If you're on there and you're a coach and you're not signing coaching clients, I have a question for you. We need to have a conversation. You need to be in my program is what you need to be. You need to be in my program, that thing. And so you guys, that part there, hey, Teresa, how are you? Hey. Yeah, well, Tanita, now they do have it for Android. So they do now have Clubhouse for Android. And so even with myself, when Clubhouse first came out, I did not have an Apple device to start off with. I had an iPad, but the iPad was outdated. So what I ended up doing was upgrading my iPad. My iPad is the only Apple device that I have. Hey, Alicia, that's the only Apple device that I have. So those of you that have been following me, you know how I am when it comes to Apple. I'm not an Apple person at all. And so I have my iPad that's half the time is under the bed, not charged up, any of that stuff. And so you guys, I'm telling you, when it comes to Clubhouse, it can be very lucrative. I'm not going to lie. But you have to know how to set your rooms up. You have to know how to title it. You have to know how to structure those rooms over there on Clubhouse. If not, I'm telling you, it's going to end up being a waste of your time. If you don't know how to leverage that platform over there, if you're on it and you're not signing clients, I invite you to join my program. I really and truly do. Hey, Sherman, how are you? Hey, sir. Congratulations. Hey. And so you guys, like I said, I've included Clubhouse in my programs. Like I had to revamp some of the stuff to include that there. Oh, so see, Tanita, I'm telling you. So Tanita, see if you have it, if it's the updated one for your iPad, then you are able to download the Clubhouse app. That's the only thing over there. So that's why I use my iPad. It's for Clubhouse. I'm not even going to lie. I use my iPad for Clubhouse. That's it. I'm like, everything else, I'm like, look, it's a business expense. Go ahead and write that thing off. That thing. And so you guys, so like I said, I'm going to do part of my programs now. So whether or not you're in your next 3 coaching clients, you're in my accelerator, you're in my mastermind, that is now a part of what we do because Clubhouse is so huge now. But once again, I'm seeing a lot of people on the platform, but they're not leveraging it profitably. Once again, if you're on it, you should be signing clients from it, period. Point blank, period. A lot of you guys, you spend hours on that app. There should be impact and income. Period. Okay. So you guys, that's the first thing. What is your mindset when it comes to these social media platforms? We have to shift our mindset in seeing that. And one of the things that Raina said this morning on the platform was, you now have a space where you can literally promote your business for free. And when I say free, I mean in the sense of you don't have to pay for it. Now, you do is not free in the sense of you still have to, so your time and your talent, but I don't have to pay to access Facebook or Clubhouse or Instagram. I don't. So how are you leveraging these free tools to promote your business? So I literally, with my program, I show my clients how to leverage their bios, what to do with their bios, how to optimize your bios, how to optimize your banners. If you're on Facebook, if you have Twitter, or if you have LinkedIn, how to optimize your banners, those types of things. That is free advertisement. I remember one of my clients, I had her update her banner. I promise you, all she did was, I'm lying. I was going to say all she did was her banner, but that's not true. She did her banner and her bio on Facebook. And within 24 to 48 hours, she had already had 3 coaching calls booked. She ended up signing one of those people just from something as small as that, just as small as updating her banner and her bio on Facebook. And the really cool part with Facebook is they now allow for you to have a clickable link. It didn't used to be like that on Facebook. You didn't used to have a clickable link. You can now have a clickable link in your bio on Facebook. You can now pin a post on your personal page on Facebook. So when someone goes to your page, say for instance, you're doing a speaking event, And this part right here, a lot of people will say to me, and this is a little bit later on, but I want to go ahead and jump to it now because I just mentioned it. A lot of people were like, Bev, I'm in people's Facebook group and they don't allow for promo. Bev, I'm in people's Facebook group and they don't allow for promo. Yes, they do. You just have to know how to promo. You just have to know how to promo. One thing, and I tell this story, and I will stick to this story because it is the truth. My very first coaching client I ever signed was from a Facebook group. So this was 6 years ago when I first got started. And it was from a Facebook group that did not allow for promo. Well, Bev, how did you do it? There's a couple of ways that you can leverage other people's Facebook groups. So those of you like, Bev, I heard you say Facebook groups take work. I don't want to do it. That's fine. You don't have to have your own Facebook group, but now you need to leverage someone else's group. You need to leverage someone else's group. How do you do that? One, make sure that you're in a group that has your ideal clients. I always say the same thing about Clubhouse. If you're going to be on Clubhouse, you need to be strategic about the time that you're spending on Clubhouse. Some of those rooms you need to be in should have your ideal clients. It should be a fit for your ideal client, period. Just like with a Facebook group, add value to the conversation. So make a post in there. So although they don't allow for promo, it might be a post in there where you talk about the top 3 tips for educators when it comes to classroom management. That's not promoting. That's you in there offering your expertise. But what will people do? Because people are nosy. They were like, okay, wait a minute. And is it Tanita or Tanisha? Am I saying it right? And so, if Tanisha was to drop some tip in a Facebook group about that, and there's an educator in there that may need that information, what are they going to do? Because people are nosy. They're going to click on that little on Tanisha's name, and where are they going to end up? They're going to end up over on her personal page. So now her banner is optimized to where she may have, a call to action about scheduling a call. Her bio is optimized with a link to her scheduler, and she has a pinned post on there. Boom. So although you're not allowed to promo in someone else's group, you can still get in there and offer your expertise, offer value. People are nosy. They're going to click on your name, go over to your page, and boom, you now have everything set up on your page to still promote. Tonisha. Okay, gotcha. Tonisha. You see what I'm saying? So boom. So we shift your mindset when it comes to how to leverage social media. Shift your mindset. So although they may not allow for promo, you can still that's how you promo without promoting, and you're still adding value. That's the impact. You're sowing your time and your talent, because that's what I believe as believers. You're sowing your time and your talent that way. And then in exchange, that impact that you just created, in exchange for that, the income is coming. Period. Okay? So you guys, once again, shift your mindset when it comes to how you're leveraging your social media. Of course, you guys, you want to be clear on who it is that you serve and how you serve your people. Who's your ideal client? Which platform is your ideal client hanging out on? Which platform are they on? If you serve more of the millennials, most of them are not on Facebook. They will tell you in a heartbeat, Facebook is for old people. I take issue with that, but look here. They will tell you in a heartbeat that Facebook is for old people. So if you're serving millennials, but you are on Facebook left and right, and now you're frustrated because you're not signing clients, it's because that's not where they're hanging out. That's not where they're hanging out. They're not hanging out on Facebook. They're going to be over there on TikTok. They're over there on Instagram. Those are 2 of the places that they hang out. Do you have a presence there? Do you have a presence there? I'm just asking. So I know you may be more comfortable here on Facebook, but are your ideal clients here? I'm just asking a question. Also note that people leverage Facebook differently than they do Instagram and LinkedIn. That part. So once again, do you know how to get them to stop the scroll? So how are you leveraging those platforms that your ideal clients are hanging out on? Are you leveraging them correctly? Are you tapped into where your ideal clients are hanging out at? The same thing. This is one thing that I help my clients to do. We have to identify where your ideal clients are. And then once we identify them, also, before I go to that part, I want to also, of course, you guys, I'm just making this assumption. Like I said, I made the assumption that I'm talking to Christian female coaches, and I'm making the assumption that you want to leverage social media to close more coaching clients. Those 2 things I'm assuming. The other thing that I'm assuming is that you have some type of offer and that you have it priced accordingly. Most of us do not have it priced accordingly. Most of us do not. You guys, let me tell you a really, really crazy thing that happened to me this morning on On Clubhouse. So those of you that know me, I've really stepped up my presence over there on Clubhouse. I really have. I have a love-hate relationship with Clubhouse. I gotta take some mental days. I can't be on there like that. But over on Clubhouse, I one of the young ladies that was in my room. And so I was having a conversation with her in the back channel, and she was like, yeah, I feel like you need to raise your prices. And she knows anything about me. She knows I am the queen when it comes to raising prices. And it's so funny that she said that, because I have raised prices on some of my offers. And then there'll be another one, which is my academy. The price of my academy is going to go up as well. And so it was just very funny that God, dropped that on her when I have actually just raised the price on one of my offers, and then we'll raise the price on my academy as well. And so you guys, when it comes to pricing, that is one of the things that's my jam. If you look at a majority of my testimonials, it will be about people who are raising their prices, because most of the coaches that come to me, their prices, they're severely underpriced. Well, Bev, you don't understand because I service single moms. Bev, you don't understand. I understand all of that. I've been doing this for a while. I'm not new to this. I understand it all. But the thing is, when you know how to position that transformational offer, when you get to see your offer through the lens of the level of impact and transformation, that's why they end up shifting the pricing on their services, because I get them to be able to view it through the lens of the transformation and the impact. And when they do that, that's why you see those clients and you see those testimonials with the pricing the way that it is, because they now get to see that. So whether or not they're doing a VIP day and that VIP day is $3,000, or if that VIP is $15,000, it's because they understand the value in which and the impact and the transformation. Yep, Miss Kimmy B, one of my clients. You guys, we can't be underpriced. I'm sorry, we can't. Because one of the things that I've shared with you guys, those of you that have been flowing with me the past week and you've seen my post, I am on such a tear right now when it comes to what our norm is as Christian entrepreneurs. I'm sorry. But when I share those testimonials about, and it's so funny because the testimonial that I shared yesterday about the $32,000 day that one of my clients had. So I was on Clubhouse yesterday, and she popped up on the stage. I mean, she popped up in the room. I didn't know she was going to be in the room. And so when she came, she volunteered to come into the stage. And so she mentioned the testimonial. So once she mentioned it, then I asked her, is it okay for me to identify that as you? Because you guys, if you notice, most of my testimonials, they don't have clients' names attached to it or pictures attached to it. Some of them do. Like I do have case studies and stuff like that, but a lot of them I don't. Because some of my clients, they're like, I don't want people knowing how much money I'm making. I don't want to, that's when the cousins come out. Hey, cousin Alicia. Hey, cousin Teresa. How you doing, girl? It's been a while. You looking at him? I don't know you. And so that's why some of my testimonials don't have names and things attached to it. But that particular testimonial yesterday, where I had the one where I posted about my client that did $32,000, it was $32,500. She did happen to pop up into the room. And so once again, we had a conversation about that. And so you guys, I'm telling you, I want that to be our norm. April, you know how the people come out the woodworks. You know how they come out the woodworks. Like, not cousin. I mean that scene in Poetic Justice when they crashed that family reunion. Cousin Pete. Hey, cousin Pete. I don't even know you, sir. But that part. And so you guys, I want that to be our norm. Once again, whether or not it's a $32,000 day, whether or not it's a $32,000 week, whether or not it's a $32,000 month, whatever it is. But I want that to be the norm for us as Christian female coaches, because I don't care what type of coaching you do. I don't care. I don't care who your ideal. It doesn't matter. That can be your norm. But especially if you know how to position it when it comes to the level of impact and transformation, that can be your norm, period. I love what Rakita said here. She said on Instagram, I make comments on others' live video. People will see me in public speaking as a part of her IG handle, so women know what I do. I made valuable connections. That is powerful, Rakita. That is powerful. You guys, like I said, that I'm telling you, being able to leverage those social media is absolutely powerful. Okay, so you guys, like I said, I'm making the assumption that you do have a transformational offer. The next thing when it comes to signing coaching clients or leveraging your social media to sign coaching clients, you have to have compelling content. I get on to you guys all the time about your content. Those of you that all I see on Facebook, all you're doing is sharing other people's content. Okay, so you can promote other people's stuff, but not the content that God gave you to be able to help save someone's marriage or their relationship, their career, their business, their health. but you share other people's stuff. I'm not saying not to share other people's stuff, but if that's all the content you ever have is other people's stuff, how do your ideal clients get to know how you can support them? Or the other piece, all I see is just scriptures and motivational quotes. That's all I see for your content. How is that compelling content? How is that going to compel someone to want to work with you? How is that going to compel someone to see the transformation that you support your clients in achieving? Once again, there's nothing wrong with having the motivational content and the scripture, but I always tell my clients, tie it back to what you do as a coach. Help them to make the connection between that motivational post or that scripture, connect it back to what it is that you do as a coach. Be strategic with what it is that you're doing. Be strategic. I'm just saying, are you being strategic with your content? But if I'm putting content out and people are not responding, we need to look at your content because there might be something in there that we may need to tweak in your content. Is it targeted? Is it targeted to speaking to your ideal client? When your ideal client reads it, does he or she know that you're speaking to her? Do they know? Or is it something that can apply to anybody? Because if it looks like it applies to anybody, nobody's going to respond because they're like, okay, she's not talking to me. She's not talking to me. She's not talking to me. So they keep on scrolling. And they'll stop on the coach that is speaking to them, that they can clearly tell is speaking to them. Y'all, I love it. I love it. Tania says she just came down to Nia Lane. Look here. Tonight, let me know if I'm saying it correctly. Because, yeah, you guys, you know, I will jack a name up in a heartbeat. Tanisha had to let me know. Like, look, it's pronounced Tanisha. But I got it now. Tanisha. So you guys, once again, what about your content? Is your content compelling enough to get someone to invest? Yep, yes it is. To get someone to invest $5,000, $2,500, $15,000 to work with you. Is your content compelling enough to do that? But babe, I don't know. Well, have they invested? Have they invested? That's how you'll know. Have they invested? Have they connected with you? If the answer is no, we need to have a conversation. There's probably just a few small tweaks that you'll need to make to your content. That's one thing. One thing that I've learned, and it's funny because another person that was on the stage yesterday in my room, one of the things that she mentioned that I have learned with my clients, and she was like, one of the reasons when I work with Bev, she said one of my biggest things was overthinking. She said I was an overthinker. And that's how a lot of people, when they come to me, they overthink the thing. And I just think as females, you know, and I'm not trying to be sexist, look, because I'm a female as well. But I just think that sometimes we just overthink things because in our minds, we have to plan for, you know, we have to have plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And so we can find ourselves in that habit of overthinking things to the point where we don't even do anything. We don't end up doing anything. And so I've learned that with a lot of my clients when they come to me, and you guys, myself included, like, I'm not saying that I'm not an overthinker. My friend told me the other day, like, you think too much. He's like, you overthought that. Oh, did I really? Oh, my bad. That type of thing. You bad. Did you hear that boy? When I just said my bad, he said, you're bad. You're bad. Oh, this is a free comedy show in my house every day. Look, so you guys, I'm telling you, that content, if it's not getting people, it's not getting the response that you desire, we need to look at your content. We really do. Because like I said, it's just a few small tweaks. So like I said, for a lot of my clients, because I know that they are overthinkers, what I do now is I give them scripts and stuff to help them at least get going. Literally, I may say, hey, let's go ahead and put out a post like this. And once again, we have to do it in real time. It's not like, hey, you know, if for homework, because my client, no, they're not, because they're going to come back with, Bam, you know, I wasn't really sure if I should have done it. Like, you know, the background, I wasn't sure if I should have used that blue background on Facebook, or, you know, should I have done the red roses? Because, you know, if I do the red, then we're not doing that. We're not doing none of that. No, we're not going to overthink that thing like that. So, Teresa, are you over here on Facebook or Instagram? Which one are we doing? Facebook or Instagram, Teresa? So that thing. So like I said, I provide them with scripts because my thing is I don't want this stuff to stop them from doing it. And so once again, I've learned that when I give them the strategy like that, the structure, it makes it so much easier and they just get out and do it. So one of my clients, she did her first Clubhouse room today. I'm like, She's been on the platform for a year. Never done her own room, and she had a nerve to pop up in my room. Oh, I'm about to get you. Oh, don't worry about it. And so literally, if I'm not mistaken, we had that conversation either last Wednesday or last Thursday. She did her first room today. I believe that action breeds results. And if I'm not mistaken, she had 24 people that came through her room, her first room she ever did over there on Clubhouse, because she took action. I'm like, no, we're not going to sit on this. We're not going to sit on this. Take the action and watch what happens. Take the action and watch what happens. For a lot of you guys, when you take that action, you're going to get, the traction is going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be mind blowing. It goes back to that client that was like, is this the norm? For this offer that she put out here, the first time that she put this offer out, and she is killing it. People are loving what it is that she's doing. Once we lit the fire under her, that was all that she needed, was just that push. And then now, because of that push, like I said, she got exactly the number of people in there. Well, actually, she ended up doubling the number of people that she wanted in there, almost tripled it, because she wanted 20. I think she has like 50, 51 people in there, whatever. So that type of thing, you guys. So once again, look at your content. Do you have compelling content that will get your ideal client to take the action that you desire for them to do, to take whatever that action is? And then once you have your ideal client's attention, what is your strategy to convert them into an actual paid client? So how do you get them to go from your room on Clubhouse or your live that you have? How do you get them from going from the live that you do or the room on Clubhouse or that post or that email to actually clicking the link to schedule the call and you signing them, or them clicking the link to go sign up for whatever it is that you have? What's that strategy that you have to taking them, that lead generation strategy, from taking them from, or funnel, from taking them from free to paid, where they actually pay you? And for some of you guys, you know, that's the next step. It's like, well, Bev, I'm getting traction. Bev, I'm getting traction. But the thing is, I'm not able to get them to convert into paying clients. That's the part. Okay, so Dr. Dr. Amay said, Beverly, is Clubhouse for entrepreneurs mostly, or are regular people on there too? So Dr. Amay, there's a mix of people on there that go to that platform to contribute their expertise. So it's a mix of entrepreneurs, it's a mix of regular people, you know, that are there. But for a lot of them, you know, because like I said, they're just regular people that do regular rooms. And the thing is, what you see in the hallway on Clubhouse is based on what you chose for your topic. So for me, I see a lot of entrepreneurs because of the topics that I chose. And so that's why I see a lot of entrepreneurs, because of the topics that I chose, because that's what I wanted to see in my hallway. So that's what I see on mine. But yeah, there are some regular people on there. And when we say regular, you guys, we're just talking about people who are not entrepreneurs, you know, that type of thing. And so, yeah, yep. So good question, Dr. Amay. So you guys, hey. Now I see Rep Mind Shifter. Now, what's your name? I'm like, look, because you know, over there on Instagram, you know, you guys have these names. I'm like, what's your name? What's your mama call you? You know, that thing. What's on your birth certificate? That thing over there. And so you guys, that part there. And so you guys, I'm telling you, what is your strategy to taking them from just consuming your information? Because like I said, some of you guys, they will consume, they'll watch your reels, they'll comment, but then that's all that they do. So what do you do to shift them from the free and consuming your free content to your paid content? What is your strategy for that? Do you have a strategy? And so once again, that's another thing. Hey, Deborah, how are you? That's another thing that I work with my clients on, is how do we get them from, like I always say, from from high to buy. So whether or not buy is BYE because they're not ideal, or the buy being BUY because they've invested in one of your programs. So how do you take someone from just saying hi on your post to actually buy? BYE, once again, because they're not a good fit. So they, you know, they either unsubscribe or all of that stuff like that. You know, they unsubscribe or they unfriend you, or BUY because they actually invest in your services. How do you go from high to buy? That type of thing. And, you know, once again, there's a strategy for that. And the same thing, you know, talking to my clients, okay, you guys, and literally, you guys, I promise you, literally, I've walked clients through conversations that they're having. So they were like, okay, babe, this is where we are in Messenger. What do I say next? And I don't mind doing that. I don't mind doing that with my clients. But like I said, they will literally bring a conversation. If we're working one-on-one, they'll bring it to me one-on-one. Or if we're in a group, they'll scratch out the person's name so we don't know who the person is, but they'll bring in that conversation. And so that way we can walk them through what to say next. I remember one of my clients, in actually your next 3 paying clients, the program that I do. And like I said, that's the link that you guys see, your next 3 paying clients in 30 days or less. that particular program, which I only run live once a year, once we run this starting April 16th, I'm not running that program anymore. I shift back to my accelerator, I shift back to my mastermind, and then my one-on-ones. That's it. I'm not running this your next 3 paying clients in 30 days. I'm not running that anymore. I'm not running that program live anymore. So I'm just saying, get on in there. I mean, get on it especially if you're looking to sign your next 3 coaching clients in 30 days or less. And so in that particular, when I ran it before, I did exactly that with a young lady. First of all, she shifted her pricing from that offer. She was offering it for $1,500. So she shifted it from $1,500 to $3,000, because that's one of the things that we work on in the programs. Most of you guys, if you come into a program with me, you're going to end up raising your pricing. You're going to end up raising your pricing, period. Point blank, period. Just if that's not what you want to do, then I'm probably not the coach for you. I'm going to be real honest. We're going to end up raising your prices because most of us are underpriced. So this particular offer that she had, she was offering it for $15. Hold on one second. I got to get in my auntie mode right now. So let me mute this. Let me mute this over here. At least on Instagram, y'all going to have to hear this over there on Instagram. Okay, so Instagram got to hear what I just said. The rest of you guys, y'all didn't get to hear what I just said. But once again, literally what her offer was $1,500. We shifted it once again, getting her to look at the transformation and the impact. So she raised the price to $3,000, and she was like, "Bam, I'm in the middle of having a conversation with someone. Do I go to the old price or the new price?" I said, we're gonna do the new price. We're gonna do the new price. We doing the new price. So she was like, okay. And so she said, this is where we are in the conversation. I promise you, we had just raised the price on that program. It was less than an hour before she was having this conversation. And so I literally walked her through what to say as she closed that person at the new price point, which was double what she was offering before. She didn't add anything new into it. It was all about getting her to position how she saw the transformation and the impact of what it is that she is offering. And that was what made the difference. So she was able to sell it at the double the price point. And once again, within an hour of her having that new price point. So you guys, it doesn't take all day. It doesn't have to be hard, but having that strategy does make a difference. Having a strategy does make a difference. So you guys, I wanted to hop on here and have this conversation about how you can leverage social media to close more coaching clients. So if you're on social media as a coach and you're not leveraging it in your business to close coaching clients, I'm telling you, you're literally leaving clients on the table every single week in your coaching business, because it is an amazing space and place that you can leverage. You just have to know how to leverage. A lot of you guys are on social media, but you're not leveraging it for your business. And once again, you're saying that it doesn't work. You're saying that you're tired of spending all your time, because my thing is, you should not be spending all day on social media. I don't care what anybody says. That is not a strategy. You should not be spending all day on here. I'm sorry. And so, like I said, if you don't have a clear-cut strategy, I would love to have a conversation with you about how I may be able to support you. Those of you, if you're looking to sign your next 3 paying clients in 30 days or less, then I encourage you to click on the link. So all of you guys that are joining me from Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube and Twitter, the link is above the video or below the video. Those of you that are joining me over there on Instagram, the link is in my bio. And so, I invite you to join, especially if you're looking to sign your next 3 paid coaching clients in 30 days or less. Do make note that the payment plan option is going away on Friday. The payment plan option is going away on Friday, period. After that, either you pay it in full or you don't get in. I'm just saying, look, because like I said, I only offer that program once a year. And at that price point, I don't have any other programs at that price point. My price point started at $2,500 for my academy, and then $7,500, and it goes on up from there. So definitely, if you're thinking about joining us in your next 3 paying clients in 30 days or less, I encourage you to click on the link and go ahead and sign up. We would love to have you join us, especially if your desire is to close your next 3 paid coaching clients in 30 days or less. And in that program, I am going to have specifically about how to leverage Clubhouse to close to close clients, especially because that's becoming more and more popular. Clubhouse is. So there's going to be a section in there just about Clubhouse and how to leverage Clubhouse to close coaching clients. So if you're on Clubhouse and you have not been closing coaching clients, then if you join us in this program, that's what we're going to talk about, period. That's what we're going to talk about. That is going to be a section on there just for Clubhouse. So we're going to talk about how to structure your titles for your rooms, how to actually structure the room, and then how to do your call to action. And I will also say this as well. On Clubhouse, let me go ahead and dispel this myth over here on Clubhouse. Does it help to have other moderators on the stage? Yeah, it does. It does help to have other moderators because it pushes and all that stuff. But do you have to have other moderators? You do not. You do not have to have other moderators. Some of you guys haven't done a room because you're like, well, I don't have anybody. It's only me. Okay, and you don't have to have somebody up there. You don't have to have somebody else up there with you. For some of you guys, that's a reason for you to procrastinate. Remember, I talked about procrastinating and overthinking. For my clients, that's what they end up doing. So it's going to be that push. Get on up there. Do a room. Do a room. It's not going to do a room. You don't have to have other mods up there. Does it help? Yeah, but you don't have to. You don't have to. Just FYI. Okay. So like I said, if you're looking to close your next 3 paying coaching clients in 30 days or less, definitely click the link. If you're on Instagram, the link is in my bio. If you're joining me from all the other platforms, the link is there with the title of the video. Just click on the link. It will spell out exactly what we're going to cover. And go ahead and click up and sign. The rest of you guys, because once again, like I said, that's something I only do once a year. The rest of you guys, some of you guys have been asking about the next round of my accelerator. Those of you that are at the accelerator level, that's not it. Like if you're accelerator level, if you want to do this one, the 3 paying clients, you can, just so you can sign 3 new clients in the next 30 days, because the accelerator won't start again for another 2 months. So if you just like, well, look, babe, I just want to sign some clients, then yeah, go ahead and join us. You can certainly join us there in the next your next 3 paying clients. But if you're waiting for that next round of the accelerator, it's coming back. That type of thing. So that's not going away anywhere. I love the accelerator. I love doing the accelerator. Okay. All right, you guys. So that is all that I have for you guys today. I pray that this information was helpful and useful to you guys. If you have any specific questions for me and how I may be able to support you, please feel free to reach out to me. Ask me whatever questions you have on whichever platform you're joining me from right now. Okay. So you guys, any other questions before we hop off here? Any other questions? Let me know if you have any other questions before we hop off. If not, we're going to go ahead and call this a day. So you guys, like I said, if you're watching me on the replay, type in #replay, leave your questions, your comments, all that awesome stuff. And I'll definitely make sure that I come back and circle back around and respond back to you as well. Okay. All right, you guys, that is all that I have. I pray you have an amazing rest of your day. You guys, take care. Take care. Take care.